Do you know why water is so powerful? It crashes through mountains, yet it flows gently in a stream. It takes the shape of any obstacle, yet nothing can trap it. I learned this. When you resist life, you suffer. But when you flow with it, you grow. I did not confine myself to tradition. I did not limit myself to what others expected. I became like water, adaptable, relentless, unstoppable. So tell me, are you flowing or are you resisting? They looked at me and said, "You are too small." They heard my accent and said, "You don't belong here." They saw my face and said, "You will never be a leading man." At that moment, I had two choices. I could accept what they said and live within their walls, or I could break those walls down and show them they were wrong. Most people hear these words and believe them. They let others define their limits. They shrink, they hesitate, and they give up before they even try. But listen carefully. Limits are an illusion created by those who have already given up. I was not willing to accept their version of me. I knew that strength is not measured by size, but by spirit. I knew that language does not define intelligence. Actions do. I knew that where I came from did not limit where I could go. So I trained. I sharpened my body until it moved faster than the eye could see. I sharpened my mind until no rejection, no insult, no closed door could break me. I sharpened my spirit until I believed in myself more than anyone believed in me. When they told me, "You will never be in movies," I created my own roles. When they told me, "Your martial arts will never work in real combat," I proved it did. When they told me, "You cannot be a star," I became a legend. I did not wait for approval. I built my own path and walked it with confidence. Now let me ask you, how many limits have you accepted just because someone told you they were real? How many times have you held back because you believed you were not good enough, not strong enough, not smart enough? What if I told you the only thing holding you back is your own belief in those limits? If you refuse to accept them, if you train harder, learn faster, push beyond every obstacle, then nothing in this world can stop you. They told me I couldn't. I showed them I could. Now it's your turn. They say fear is natural. They say it's a part of being human. But I tell you, fear is the biggest enemy of progress. It is the invisible chain that keeps people trapped in mediocrity. It whispers doubts, feeds insecurities, and stops you before you even begin. I have seen talented men wither away because they were too afraid to take the first step. I have watched warriors hesitate in battle, not because they lacked skill, but because they allowed fear to control them. And I have seen dreamers turn into shadows of themselves, living a life of regret simply because they let fear decide their fate. But I ask you, if you let fear rule your life, are you truly living? When I was a child, I was small. I was not the strongest, not the tallest. I was constantly challenged, constantly tested. But every fight, every struggle taught me something. Fear only wins when you give in to it. I remember stepping into my first real fight. My heart pounded, my hands trembled, my mind raced. 1,000 thoughts told me, what if you lose? What if you're not good enough? But then I realized, these were just thoughts. They had no power unless I gave them power. So I took a deep breath. I silenced the noise in my mind, and I stepped forward. And in that moment, fear disappeared. It had no place in action. This is the truth. Fear lives in the future, in the what-ifs, in the unknown. But the moment you act, it dissolves. I have never seen fear stop a man who keeps moving forward, but I have seen it consume those who stand still. Many people ask me, how do I become fearless? I tell them, you don't. Fear never truly disappears. It will always be there. But the difference between the weak and the strong is simple. The weak listen to fear. The strong act despite it. When I first arrived in America, I was told, "You will never be a leading man." I was told, "Your accent is too thick." I was told, "The world is not ready for someone like you." I could have let those words sink into my mind like poison. I could have believed them. But instead, I refused. I did not wait for their permission. I did not wait for my fear to disappear. I moved forward step by step until the world had no choice but to see me. And that is what you must do. Fear will tell you, you are not ready. Fear will tell you, you are not good enough. Fear will tell you, what if you fail? And I tell you, so what? Failure is not the enemy. Regret is. Every time I stepped into the unknown, every time I faced an opponent stronger than me, every time I stood against people who doubted me, I reminded myself, fear is just a voice. It has no hands to stop me. It has no chains to hold me back. It only has words, and words mean nothing unless you believe them. So now I ask you, what have you allowed fear to steal from you? How many opportunities have you walked away from because fear whispered, you might fail? How many times have you stayed silent when you should have spoken? How many dreams have you let slip away because you were too afraid to chase them? No more. If you want to be strong, you must face the fear and move anyway. If you want to be free, you must break the illusion of fear. Fear is not real. You are. And the moment you decide to stop listening to fear, you become unstoppable. They say complexity is impressive. They say the more you know, the more powerful you are. But I tell you, simplicity is the highest form of mastery. A beginner thinks they need more techniques, more strategies, more information. They believe the secret to success is in adding, in collecting, in making things bigger. But the master understands that the real secret is removing everything unnecessary until only what is essential remains. I have seen fighters burden themselves with hundreds of techniques, memorizing moves, collecting knowledge, yet when the moment of action arrives, they freeze. Why? Because their mind is cluttered. They hesitate, they doubt, they become slaves to complexity. I learned that simplicity is not just a fighting principle. It is a life principle. When I created Jeet Kune Do, I did not add more movements. I eliminated them. I did not follow rigid forms. I broke them. I did not seek to impress. I sought to be effective. Because the truth is, in a real fight, you do not have time for fancy moves. You do not have time to think about the perfect counter, the perfect angle, the perfect technique. You must act, fast, direct, without hesitation. A punch that lands is better than 100 punches that never reach their target. And life is the same. Most people spend their lives complicating everything. They overthink, they hesitate, they prepare for years but never take action. They believe success is about knowing more, planning more, waiting until everything is perfect. But let me ask you, how much time have you wasted waiting for the perfect moment? How much energy have you spent thinking instead of doing? How many dreams have you let slip away because you believed you were not ready? The truth is, you do not need more time. You do not need more information. You need to simplify, then act. When I trained, I focused only on what worked. When I built my body, I removed everything that made me slow. When I spoke, I did not use unnecessary words. I spoke with purpose. The more I removed, the more powerful I became. And this is the path to mastery. If you want to be strong, stop overcomplicating your training. Focus on the fundamentals. If you want to be successful, stop overthinking your plans. Take action now. If you want to be free, stop carrying unnecessary burdens. Let go of what does not serve you. The mind must be like water, not cluttered, not burdened, but flowing, adaptable, clear. The greatest swordsmen do not use 10,000 techniques, and they master one technique and make it unstoppable. The greatest warriors do not fight 100 different ways. They find the simplest, most direct path to victory and take it. And the greatest thinkers, the greatest leaders, the greatest legends, they do not drown in distractions. They do only what is necessary and discard the rest. So ask yourself, where in your life are you making things too complicated? Where are you adding when you should be subtracting? Where are you hesitating when you should be acting? Simplicity is not weakness. Simplicity is focus. Simplicity is clarity. Simplicity is power. And when you understand this, when you remove all the noise, all the distractions, all the excuses, you will see the truth. You do not need more. You only need what works. And once you know that, nothing can stop you. They say pain is something to be avoided. They say it is something to run from. But I tell you, pain is your greatest teacher. Pain will shape you. Pain will sharpen you. Pain will break you down. And if you let it, it will rebuild you into something stronger than you ever imagined. Most people fear pain. They avoid discomfort. The moment things get difficult, they retreat. They complain. They look for an escape. But I ask you, how can you grow if you never suffer? How can you build strength if you never struggle? How can you reach greatness if you never go through fire? I have seen warriors hesitate because they feared being hit. I have seen dreamers quit because success was taking too long. I have seen people stop chasing their goals because the road was too hard. But what they do not realize is this: the pain you run from today will become the weakness that haunts you tomorrow. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your training. When I was injured, when the doctors told me I might never fight again, I had a choice. I could accept their words, accept my fate, and spend the rest of my life as a man who once had greatness, but lost it. Or I could fight back, and I fought. I studied harder. I trained smarter. I did not cry about my pain. I used it. Every ache, every limitation, every struggle became a lesson. And that is when I realized something. Pain does not destroy you. Resistance to pain does. Those who fear pain, who avoid struggle, who seek comfort, they are the ones who truly suffer, because they never grow, they never rise, they never unlock their true potential. Look at your own life. How many times have you stopped because it was too hard? How many times have you backed down because it hurt too much? How many times have you let pain decide your limits? You say you want strength? Then earn it. You say you want success? Then endure for it. You say you want greatness? Then walk through the fire and refuse to burn. Because every time you feel pain, you have a choice. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. When your body aches, when your mind screams, when life throws you to the ground, that is not the end. That is the beginning of a new version of you. The version that does not quit. The version that does not complain. The version that understands this pain is the price of power. You must learn to love the struggle. You must learn to embrace the discomfort, because pain is not something to fear. It is something to master. A fighter who has never been hit will crumble in battle. A mind that has never been challenged will shatter under pressure. A person who has never suffered will never understand true strength. You are not weak because you feel pain. You are weak only if you let it stop you. Every time life hits you, every time things do not go your way, every time the road feels too hard, remind yourself, this is my lesson. This is my training. This is my chance to rise. Most people pray for an easy life. But an easy life creates soft minds, soft bodies, soft spirits. Do not pray for ease, pray for strength, pray for resilience, pray for the kind of endurance that makes you unstoppable. And when pain comes knocking, welcome it. Because if you can endure the pain, if you can learn from it, if you can turn suffering into strength, then nothing in this world can break you. And I ask you now, are you ready to face the pain and rise? They say knowledge is power. They say thinking is important. They say planning is the key to success. But I tell you, knowledge without action is useless. Thinking without doing is a waste. Planning without execution is just a dream. I have seen men with great ideas, with brilliant minds, with all the talent in the world, yet they accomplish nothing because they wait. They hesitate. They tell themselves, I need more time. I need more training. I need the perfect moment. But the truth is, they are just afraid. Afraid of failure. Afraid of looking foolish. Afraid of what others will say. And so they stay stuck. But listen to me. Action is the only thing that matters. I did not become who I am by waiting. I did not sit around hoping for the perfect opportunity. I did not waste years thinking about what I wanted to do. I moved. I acted. I created my own opportunities. When I wanted to learn, I did not just read books. I practiced. When I wanted to fight, I did not just watch others. I stepped into the ring. When I wanted to teach the world my philosophy, I did not wait for someone to invite me. I built my own platform because I understood one thing. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to make your dreams come true except you. Most people talk about what they are going to do. They talk about their goals, their plans, their ambitions. They say, one day I will start. One day I will get serious. One day I will chase my dream. But one day never comes because they get comfortable, because they find excuses, because they waste their most valuable resource, time. And then one day they wake up old, weak, and filled with regret. But you must be different. You must be the one who moves when others hesitate. You must be the one who acts when others are afraid. You must be the one who starts when others are still talking about starting. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. Do not let another day slip through your fingers. Do you want strength? Train now. Do you want knowledge? Learn now. Do you want success? Take action now. Because the greatest enemy of success is not failure, it is inaction. A bad decision is better than no decision. A failed attempt is better than no attempt. A life of risks and mistakes is better than a life of waiting and regret. Every second you wait, someone else is moving forward. Every moment you hesitate, someone else is taking action. And the world does not reward those who wait. The world belongs to those who move first. I have never seen a warrior win a fight by standing still. I have never seen a great man succeed by waiting for the perfect moment. I have never seen history remember those who hesitated, because hesitation is death. So I ask you, what are you waiting for? The right time? The right opportunity? The right feeling? There is no right time. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. And every second you waste, you are losing ground, losing strength, losing time that will never return. You want to be great? Act like it. You want to be unstoppable? Move like it. You want to win? Then start now, right now, this very second. Because in the end, it is not what you knew, not what you planned, not what you wanted. It is what you did. So stop waiting, stop talking, stop thinking, and take action. Because the world will not wait for you. Your dreams will not wait for you. Your life will not wait for you. Move now, or be left behind forever. They will doubt you. They will tell you it's impossible. They will say you are not ready, not strong enough, not good enough. But what they think does not matter. What matters is what you do. You have a choice, right now, in this moment. You can be like the rest, hesitant, afraid, waiting for the perfect time. Or you can be different, bold, relentless, unstoppable. You can stay where you are, trapped by fear, limited by doubt, held back by excuses. Or you can break free, rise higher, and become the person you were meant to be. Because no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you greatness. No one will give you permission to be powerful. You must take it. You must earn it. You must fight for it. And the fight is not against others. It is against yourself. Your fears, your doubts, your hesitation, they will try to stop you. They will whisper lies in your mind. They will tell you to stay small, to stay safe, to stay comfortable. But comfort is the enemy of greatness. Comfort is where dreams die. Comfort is the slow poison that kills potential. And that is why you must destroy it. Step into the unknown. Face your fears. Take the first step, even if you don't feel ready. Because readiness is not a feeling. It is a decision. And the moment you decide, the moment you commit, the moment you step forward without looking back, you become unstoppable. Not because you have no fear, not because you never fail, not because the road is easy, but because you refuse to quit. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how many times you fall, you keep moving, you keep fighting, you keep rising until the world has no choice but to see you. Until those who doubted you become silent. Until every obstacle bows before your will. Because you are not here to live an average life. You are not here to be forgotten. You are not here to play it safe. You are here to leave a mark. You are here to shatter limits. You are here to be legendary. And legends are not born. They are made through pain, through struggle, through action. And now it is your turn. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more fear. From this moment on, you move forward with power, with purpose, with absolute certainty. You are no longer just another person. You are a force. And the world? It will have no choice but to step aside because you are unstoppable.